Time sure flies when you're having fun. Can't believe all the things we've done. From songs and tier lists and so much more. All that work, it's tough to keep score. Kept going hard on the YouTube grind. It eats up most of my free time, but I wouldn't trade it for a single thing, and all the happy memories it brings. 1 year filled with laughs and screams and tears. 1 year, despite it all, I'm still here. 1 year, share the good news I want everyone to hear. 1 year, now it's time to cheer. Time sure flies, but the work's not done. This is the dawn, we've only just begun. But for this one day, come and relax with me and look back at all that we've achieved. 1 year filled with laughs and screams and tears. 1 year, despite it all, I'm still here. 1 year, share the good news I want everyone to hear. 1 year, now it's time to cheer.
Kapla warriors, today is a good day to celebrate. Happy anniversary to us all. Today is the 1 year anniversary of the channel. So let us lop, which was Klingon for celebrate. Lop jupue. Celebrate, friends. So thank you, Josper. Thank you, everyone, for the anniversary wishes. Some nice comments in the Discord and other places as well. So thanks for joining tonight. Very excited to celebrate 1 year. Got some cool stuff to show you guys later that my sister sent me to celebrate. And yeah, great to see you all here with me tonight. That song was the one that premiered today at 11 a.m. It's the called 1 Year Exports Anniversary. It's on Spotify and Apple Music right now. Welcome, welcome, and lots of surprises today. So you see we have the new I have the new layout and so the new animated flower background. Very pretty. Do you see it's actually they're moving? Ooh. What do you think? They're very mystical. And there's little, you can see the little what do you call those? Like the little sparkles, the dots of light. And I'm open to suggestions for tweaks. Any thoughts on that? And now, drum roll, for the first big reveal. This has been a long time coming. People have asked for this. Someone predicted it yesterday. Zephyr predicted it. Uh-oh, wait. You guys see? Why am I down there? Woo! Hello, Soyo, export. There we go. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. I'm still learning how to use it. I was working on configuring it so that it had a lot of trouble with my eyes. So that took a lot of work figuring out. Sorry, I'm looking to the side because I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at myself because I'm still getting used to this thing. So you can see, let's see, can you see me blink? Blink, can I wink? Am I winking? Did I wink? Someone tell, no, I think it's doing both eyes. Am I winking? What do you guys think? I chose to have her wear red because red is my best color. And looks like the changes I made on her hair did not stick. I don't know what happened with that. So yeah, I chose red because I look best in red and black. Oh, whoa, sorry. Red and black and white are my colors. Yeah, still working on ironing out some kinks. Figuring it out. I gotta get used to, I gotta look forward. I can't move my head around as much as I usually do. Plus, I usually am like pulling my hair, but then that makes my arm. Oh yeah, see, she freaked out because I raised my arm. Uh-oh. Oh, I unalived her by raising my arm. Let's see, can she do it this time? No, she's not ready. So, yes. Well, Austin, you'll still see the 2D one. So, but yes, I excited. It was a lot of work and the calibration, especially getting her to her mouth to look right, and the blinking most of all. That was the major struggle. And for a while, she I don't know why I'm saying she, it's me. Issue with her mouth just hanging open like she was really dumb or something. But now that's fixed. So yes. If anyone is good at texturing Vroid assets, DM me in Discord. I'd like to get the texture of the kimono redone to better match my profile picture. Or if you have Vroid assets you think would be good, DM me the links. This is definitely a work in progress, something new for me. So yeah, still learning and working on it. I made her boobs look better. That was important to me. I wanted them, you know, to represent me. And so, yes. I just gotta practice looking forward, looking this way. Oh, there I go, tweaking out again. All right. So, I got another Austin Bevers. I wanted them to look, you know, to look right. They looked kind of flat at first, kind of like flat and weird. So I just felt that was not an, I did not feel that was an acceptable representation of me. So, you know. I have another animated reveal, because I'm not the only one that got an avatar. This is the Fishbowl program I made in Unity. It's super janky right now because I barely know how to use Unity. I'm still figuring out all these new programs and stuff. And but thanks to KMN in the Discord for making the erratas. Again, these are we'll probably make being in the tank a tier 2 goal at some point. Right now, it's just whoever KMN feels like adding, and I have time to update the project with. But don't go harassing KMN to make one of you. He has been very generous in volunteering his time and talent to make these ones so far. Aren't they cute? Hi, guys. Look how cute. It looks like I'm looking at them too, right? Aww. Aww, so cute. What? You're scared by them? These are our barrel eyes. I think they're beautiful. Alright, so we're gonna do... Yeah, it's a lot of fish so far. we are going to switch over to, a year in review. I wrote a little notes about each song to review them, starting from the very beginning. And I know some of you were there. I think Sleepy was there from the very beginning, right? Who else has been here since the beginning? Anybody? Erasmus. All right. Excuse me, sorry. So, first song, Unyielding. I'm sure it's unsurprising to you all that this was Snow White's theme, my favorite. Snow White's my #1 favorite, so obviously I was inspired by her first. So this is my first song. It was based on a longer poem I made during the Overzone event. It was meant to celebrate the White Memory minigame. And so that's kind of how everything all got started. And then there are 3 different versions of this song. There's the anime theme, which we'll talk about later, and the Small White remix as well. And yeah, so that got everything going. And then, hold on just a second. All right, here we go. Next was, around Neil. Well, there you go, Prodigal Son. Neil was Dorothy's theme, but the funny thing is I have a rule where, or I had a rule in mind where I didn't want to make theme songs for characters that already had them, but then broke this rule on the second song that I released. But it's partially because I forgot Dorothy does have an official theme song, which is Satellites. But I think I forgot because Satellites just seems way too positive for Dorothy, and obviously I kind of went in a different direction with that. A little more serious and all. Just, I felt like it captured her story better. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. First one, Queen. So I still, from this song, I still love Leader's burn towards Dorothy in the song. I built those doors you couldn't get in. And yeah, I like this one. This was one of my favorite of the early ones. And who would have thought that Rappy would replace Slitter as the Burst 1 Queen? Imagine telling people that a year ago. Let's see. This song, oh really, God of Wolves? That's funny. I'm honored. Ah, yes, I am everywhere. So I really liked this one. But it was definitely one of the least popular. Probably along with like Sin's song. This was not as popular. I think quality-wise, it aged better than a lot of the other ones because of the style. A lot of the early ones have just the low bitrate issue. The line, "You say KYS, trust me, I've tried, I guess I'm just too elite to die," is a reference to when she unalives herself early in the campaign to hide the truth about Vophouse. And I'm trying to keep up with the chat as well, friends. My neck went. Oh, really, God of Wolves? This one, I Am Everywhere, is one of your friends' favorite Nikke songs, or their favorite Nikke? Charlemagne, I don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but this was like the 4th one. I'm going in order of when they were released. And for a while I was doing like weekly. Let's see, here we go. The super ultra mega dastardly villainous Drake. The name is a name given to her, I think, during her Bond story. Anybody else remember? And I like the "I'm scared of nothing except Suen" line. I think that's the best line in this one. And so I enjoyed that. Yeah, God of Wolves, you got it. Then we got yes. So the anime opening. This is meant to be a pitch for a Nikke themed anime about the time between the end of Overzone and the start of the main campaign, and it would focus on Snow White and what she did for those decades. Obviously, if I'm gonna pitch an anime, it's gonna focus on Snow White, right? And so, like I said earlier, this is a remixed version of Unyielding. And this was something I did pretty early on too, and the music video for this took a very long time to edit. And I wouldn't try something like this, this complex for a long time after, because it was just, it was a lot of work. And yeah. Oh, thanks, Thang Train. No, Austin Bevers, they have not, but I'm still open. I'm waiting for the call. Ah, Train Chan. Yes, this song is almost as evil as the Train Boss itself, because I still get this stuck in my head randomly. Has that happened to anyone else? When I first wrote this and like had the video come out, like, oh my god, it was stuck in my head so much, and I was like, make it stop. I think this is probably one of the catchiest of all the songs. And it was also my first attempt at using stable diffusion to make assets for a video. So like I did, you know, the little the little character of Train Chan and all that. I had intended to bring the Train Chan avatar back for later stuff, but I never did. Oh, you always played in widescreen, Austin? That's funny. So you didn't know. Stayed for the plot. So this was one of the first, like, really sad ones. This was going to be a Marion theme song originally, but she already has an official theme. And I think this is the only song that uses audio from the game. That game audio is not on the Spotify version because I didn't want to deal with any copyright issues, so you know. And I wonder how many people got the Lies and Grapes and Stairs line. Comment in the chat if you got that. Sorry, drinking some water. My head's been hurting today. So yes, this was the first really sad one. And I liked this one. Ah, this image always amuses me of their pose there. That's how me and my friends pose. Me and my sister pose like that for photos, just one boob on top of the other. You know how it is. Luck Up to 11. This one was really, like, I feel like this was the first, like, really different one. I kind of like, I mean, they all had some different styles, but this one was, like, really going another direction. So I really liked trying out the jazz theme of this one. And I think musically was one of my favorites because I just thought the jazz was really fun. And originally I had considered making this a duet of both Blanc and Noir singing, but Suno in those early days couldn't do that. Still can't really do that, but worse during version 3. Maybe someday if I can separate the music from the vocals and then successfully recombine them, I could sing with someone and do it. That's still in the future though. More on that later. Alright, so this is the first one that's not a song. This was the 1,000 subscriber special, and now the channel is at over 7,500, or right around there. So OMG. The Rappy Goes to Therapy was a little like bit that I made with the punchline that Saber is the therapist. And that was so worth the 60 seconds of build up. And I think people enjoyed that one. Have you guys all seen this one? Thanks, Joshua. Well, I think I could get my sister to sing the other female vocals. We could do it together. That would be perfect. Now, the next really sad one. This one was super sad, and you guys all agreed. It was very sad. Marciana's theme, It's Me Who Failed. And this remained the saddest song until Replace. And I'd still say it's probably the second saddest after Replaced. And it's also one of the longest songs, almost 3.5 minutes long. And yeah, that one was very sad. Sad. Nijin, I have not thought about plans for a 10,000, but you're right, I should start thinking about that. Get ready. Good plan. Taste My Silver Tongue. This was where the whole thing about me loving Sin, which she's not my favorite, but this was like, I feel like where that became a thing. Excuse me, on the channel. this was one of my favorites because it was the first time I voiced a line in the song and had the voice saying it with the song, so the both are occurring. So I thought integrating the two together was cool, like from like a technology styles standpoint, but nobody seemed to care that much, besides me. And this song has appeared in more videos than any other I've made, because the instrumental open plays in the background every time Sin appears or is mentioned in a story. So, yeah, Otter, you got the right idea. Snow White's my favorite. Sin's just, you know, she's cool. She's a cool girl. So, yes. As a Tinto, we don't talk about Nyanya Paradise. Alright, Summers, I can't believe I just said it like that. Summers for Gacha. Summers for Gacha. This was my first non-Nikke song. And it led me to learning Genshin has almost 0 summer versions or skins. I don't know how many of you guys listened to this one. This one was not quite as popular. People definitely prefer the Nikke versus the non-Nikke content. So, I don't know what you guys, any comments on this one? Hey, DM. Oh, God of Walls, the Wallets theme song. I love that. That's funny. Let's see. Gacha is suffering. So, I'm not going to talk about every episode of Gacha is suffering. But this was, inspired by the previous song. And I still can't believe that, Gacha is suffering, that title, hadn't already been taken by another VTuber. But yeah. Still have the Gacha is suffering. Oh, really, Sleepy? That's funny. I appreciate that. Ah, yes, this has got to be the least successful of all. The Bridgerton Online. So this was a joke I came up with because for the longest time I didn't watch Bridgerton because I think it's just so stupid, but it's definitely like a guilty pleasure and I just kind of laugh at how stupid it is. So I was watching it and then I got the idea, like me and my roommate were like, wouldn't it be funny if there was like, for women, there was like a Bridgerton Online? And, nobody watched this. But I'm assuming it's either because I got hit by a copyright claim or more likely, because the overlap between Bridgerton and Nikke fans is approximately 0%. It's just slightly over 0 because of me, I guess. Like I was talking about my nephew, it can be more than 0 but less than 1 when we were timing ourselves on some stuff, so, yeah. I still think this was, thank you, Nijin. I think it's still pretty funny. I think just most people saw, you know, like, this is how, like, if they see, like, Bridgerton, they're not gonna click it, but it's actually pretty funny. Bridgerton is, like, women, what are you allowed to say on the internet? Women corn. It's just historical drama that's very much made for the female gaze, and so I just made a joke about it. Alright, just saw someone was listening to this the other day on the Discord, yet still I believe. So originally, this was gonna go back and forth between genres, between sad and silly, because like the Rapunzel thing, so like the, you know, the lustful and the more serious. And so, but I could, Suno, like, I couldn't get it to work. It was too big an ask. And so, yeah, and I think this was the first Suno 3.5 song, but I could be wrong. And so, yeah, Najin, I think you hit the nail on the head. Is like people, they see Bridgerton and they're like, why would I click that? And then, but I think even if you haven't seen it, it's still pretty funny. If you bother to watch it, which I don't blame you if you didn't, because I probably wouldn't click if I saw something that I didn't know what it was either. Ah, Lock and Load. So, this is the most popular song on the channel by far. Over 115,000 views last I looked. And this song made it clear that, like me, you all really dig rock songs. And so, which I guess makes sense, given a lot of Nikke's music's got a rock vibe. Oh, she finished her treat. Sorry, catching up. This was also the first song with a fully custom image for the background that didn't rely on existing live 2D models. And I don't know if you guys remember, this has an Easter egg in the bottom of the screen. It's a hexadecimal code written by Trony saying the power source is redacted, feeding it redacted, and destroy Arc, kill unalive Enoch. Which was hinting towards the theory that the power source of the Ark was something evil, which turned out to be true in the Rappy Red Hood event. And the first person to translate the Easter egg got a special mention in the next video. That person here, by chance? Don't remember off the top of my head who it was. Anybody? No? Yeah, Otter. Then this one, I can't make friends, but I can make corpses. Rapes Theme. I actually made this before Lock and Load came out. So I didn't realize this was the genre that got a lot of views. And originally this was gonna be a silly pop song with like ironically violent lyrics. But it just didn't sound right. So I leaned into the dark angle because it just seemed to fit better. And yeah, I love this one too. I liked this one. Mine and Mine Alone. This is one of my favorites, top 5 for sure. And not just because Sakura's also in my top 5 favorite Nikkes. Excuse me. And the line I suggest seppuku got a lot of comments. And yes, I'm aware that Yang is masculine, but Sakura refers to herself as Yang when she says, I'm the Yang tier yin. Because it needed to rhyme, guys. Although, to be fair, Sakura probably wears the pants in the relationship anyway. So yeah, this was one of my favorite ones. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, sold my soul to save mankind. This one, Ether's Theme, this one I like a lot too. Has some of my favorite lyrics that I've written, like of all the songs. So I really liked the one, I assure you it's a necessary sacrifice, or so I tell myself each time I take a life. Stand back now as I play God. Can you think of anyone better for the job? And I just liked kind of the, like, what do you call this? Like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of got Ducat vibes. Maybe. And, like the Eleg song, it also has, Easter eggs in it. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Charlemagne, which one's your favorite, Sakura or Ether? Like I was saying, it also has Easter eggs in it. The flashing images are reports for failed clones of the legendary commander, and shows that the commander is the 7th. So yes, I called the clone thing ages ago, and said the reason Ether calls the commander number 7 is because he's the 7th clone. So that's fun. Oh, sorry, Dr. V. I'm so sorry. That sounds like Harry Potter with Snape dressed as, well, the Snape Boggart dressed as the ant. Sorry about that. Thank you, Charlemagne. You get the Ducat reference. Okay. Ultra Hero. Oh, wait, did I... Here we go. Yeah, so how many window breaking jokes can I fit in one song? Here's your answer. This one was just fun, like, comedic joke one to write. And, it was, written after the Laplace, favorite item story. And the second half of the song really focuses on that. Sorry. Witch of Eden. Going to be honest, I didn't really know much about Ronsong going into this. And I still don't. She doesn't really have much lore, but her design is great. And this was one I actually tried singing myself. I did record myself singing and then tried to recombine it with the musical background. It did not work out, but I'm hoping at some point that will be doable. The separation and then putting them together. Because I was really hoping that would work out. Haven't tried it with the newest version, so we'll see. I'm sure in the near future that'll be possible. Oh, thank you so much, DM. Listen to our favorite doctor. Thank you so much, DM. Appreciate it. Happy anniversary to us all. Let's see. Sugar Sweet Kiss. Hey, James T. Biggleworth. Thank you. Happy anniversary. So this was the first, country style song. And everybody loves Sugar, so I wasn't surprised that this, did well. And I think you all enjoyed, Sugar's guest appearance, a week and a half ago, I guess, now. So, yes. Yeah, K-Chef Country's not my favorite either, but this still works out. Every once in a while, there's one I like. Another, my second non-Nikke song, which was basically an entire summary of the history of the Halo franchise's development and its fall from grace. Not as much overlap with the Nikke fanbase as I'd have thought, although that might be an age thing. Only boomers remember when Halo was good. Figurative boomers, by the way. I'm not an actual boomer. It's important to me, you know that. Actually, it would be really impressive if I was an actual boomer. But, I was gonna say something else about this. Oh, yeah, there were a lot of, like, comments, too. Like, people were like, oh, Halo's still great. It's as good as it ever was. So, you know, some people were like that, too. So, you know. Let's drop the beat. Why did I include a Skibbity toilet reference in this? I can't even say that without, like, feeling like an idiot. Probably because I hate Volume as a character. She's just a jerk. The song turned out great, which I think is fitting for Volume. She's an asshole, yet everything works out for her, even if she doesn't deserve it. Yeah, the Skibbity and all the Gen Z stuff. We'll see how that ages, right? Yes, the lobby tier list. So this is the start of the Abandoned Wishes story. And it's the first reference to Marion's 500-page smutty fanfic about her and the commander. And again, no, it does not actually exist. I did not write a 500-page fanfic about Marion. Snow White, sure, but definitely not Marion. Even Snow White, 500 pages, that's an awful lot. So yeah, first one. Playtime's over. I felt lazy making another song whose title was Nikke's Burstline, since Volumes is also named after her Burstline, but you know. Time is money and you're short on both is another one of my favorite lines, like definitely one of my favorite of all the songs. I liked that one. Then I had a 5,000 sub Q&A special. I'm only including this to show you the early designs of my original avatar. Yeah, those gold buttons really didn't work. And that face and the hair, yikes. So she's gotten, she looks much better. And she look better now. And look at me now. 3-dimensional. Look at me. Ah, that one's better than this one, for sure. Yeah, this one looks too, like, I don't know, like she's challenging Ash. Ugh, okay, White Angel, Fallen Angel. This is the first song with 2 different fully custom background images. And getting the same pose and more or less same framing was more difficult than you would think. I wasn't very experienced with stable diffusion at this point, and yes, it does take more than just pressing one button for AI to make any good media. Shocking, I know. So it took a long time. And then let's make some noise. Back to using the Burstlines titles, but hey, it makes sense, right? I like this one more than the Volume one, even if it was much less popular. And people asked, oh, when are you gonna do an Aria song or Arya song to complete the squad? And my response is, you write more than 2 sentences about Arya's personality and story, and then we'll talk. She has no character and is the 3rd wheel of her squad, sorry. Raise and rebuild. I originally used the wrong spelling of raise in the thumbnail and subtitles, but a viewer caught it before it went live, and I managed to swap it out, so thanks to that person. If you are here, shout out to you. Feel free to comment. I liked this one. I kind of like the poppy kind of ones. Woo! Look at her. Rapture Reicide. There was some viewer that would post a request for Nihilister song on every video I put out, and I was about ready to ban them. Some were confused by the title, and they were like, Regicide, don't you mean genocide? No, this is a reference to her offering to help unalive the Rapture Queen, and unaliving royalty is called regicide. Woo! So, new vocabulary for some people. You're welcome. This one, people liked this one. Uncontainable. This was the first song to have custom artwork showing 2 different versions or outfits of a character. And originally this was going to be more of a spy thriller, like James Bond style theme. But I like the more fun, silly jazz vibe this has. I feel like it fits her more. Excuse me. Okay, replace. This one takes the crown for the saddest one, I think. This was when I really started diving into Stable Diffusion, because, I was trying to do new things each time, trying out new tech. I put a lot of custom artwork into music videos. Before it had been a static image with some minor animation and lyrics on screen, and this was the first time I tried really telling a story with the images. Any which is sadder? Do you guys think this or Marciana's theme is sadder? Replace or it's me who failed? Anybody? Yeah, Sin Gamer, I agree. I think this one's the saddest. I think partially because the telling a story with the images, I do think that makes it, like, sadder, like, kind of emphasizes it. Yeah. This one, I tried out something new, too. This was the first and only time I tried taking actual photos of myself. Well, I had to have my roommate take them because you can tell from the poses. And then I used my photos as a base and then filter in Stable Diffusion. So, like, all the poses you see her in were based off of photos of me in that pose and a slightly similar outfit, similar enough for it to work. And it kind of worked, but didn't really save time versus other methods. But you can see it really was upping how much custom art is in each music video. So, like, this one had a all bunch of those images that I did. So it was cool to be able to, like, have the custom image based on my pose, but yeah, it was a lot of work. Nikke, Abandoned Wishes, the story so far. This exists because originally the whole Marion 500-page fanfic Scheherazade story was never a thing I had, like, planned out, like, to keep going. Instead, it wasn't until the Missilus Burst animation tier list that I actually started planning out a full story instead of just having an ongoing gag. However, there were 4 other videos at this point that led up to this. Whoa. Did we just lose power? Are you guys there still? Okay. That was strange. Can you confirm you can hear me? Because all the lights just went out. Okay, good. Sorry, there were 4 other videos at this point that led up to the story, so I made this video to sum up everything. So that, you could watch this, then watch the Pilgrim and Abnormal tier list, and basically get the entire story. I also really love the artwork, this artwork that I made of Sin, plus the sound effects I used for her mind control sound. I also found out there's I can buy, I don't know what you call it, but I can buy a thing to 3D print Sin's face stuff. So that'd be cool. Maybe I'll do that someday. Yeah, sorry, that threw me off. All of a sudden, all the lights went off. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Woo, that was weird. Okay, Digital Heaven. Ah, yes. Okay. So, that's what I was thinking, God of Wolves. That'd be kind of fun to cosplay. You'd think an AI music generator would be better at making the electronic 8-bit game style music, but it really struggled. But I'm still happy with how it turned out. Overall. Sorry, Bluey theme. Anybody recognize that? The Pilgrim Burst tier list. So this was basically the part 2 of 3 for the Abandoned Wishes story. And I really liked the cliffhanger ending, and it was the first time I tried actual storyboard style animation. And with the end cinematic of Sin forcing Dorothy to open the door. Sorry, I was reading Blacklight's comment. My cosplay clear. Sounds good. Yeah, Dr. V, that was my Bluey theme song. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dr. V, that might be, we'll see. That might be in the works. Back to this tier list. There's a dialogue scene in here between Dorothy and Cinderella and Snow White. And it's probably my favorite dialogue I've ever written, because it's what I want the actual reunion and between Dorothy and Cinderella to be. It's like how I imagine it would go. Like, Dorothy's hateful towards her, Cinderella accepts it, and then Snow White tries to defend Cinderella. But when Dorothy accuses Snow White of not caring because Snow White doesn't remember what Cinderella did to them, I really, really liked how the scene turned out, and this tier list is one of my favorites. Skywalker Anakin, yeah, you're kind of right about that, and so I'm taking a break for now. The music one was the last one for now. We'll see about maybe updates in the future, as, you know, updates to previous ones. Then, song-wise, there was the Abandon Your Wishes reprise, and this is meant to be a much happier version. Wait, I think I skipped. What did I do? Oh, sorry. Got myself confused. So this is not the reprise, this is the original. This is the song that plays at the end of the Pilgrim Burst tier list and was the last song I made using Suno 3.5. Huge difference with Suno 4. Quality is much better. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments. And I believe when this first came out, I had to hide the name to not spoil what was inside the vault. So it didn't stay Scheherazade's theme. I was trying to... Although someone did guess that the shape of the lamp. There was at least one person who did guess that. And then the abnormal? What is wrong with me? Abnormal Burst tier list. The Rappy versus Marion conflict returns in this list. And I really like the ending, where it isn't the super strong Nikke's like Crown or Marion or Rappy that saved the day, but it's Trony by using her knowledge of the Ark's dark secrets. And then the after credit scene was probably my favorite part, with Sin monologuing to someone off screen, and you find out that sorry, so you guys, abnormal, and you find out that Cecil was behind a lot of what happened and had been playing everyone. And this story is also why Trony is in the kingdom in Crown and Crew. Crown accepts her as a citizen in this story, and it carries on into other ones. Yeah, DM. Normally I'd tell you, check for facial, symmetry. If I was in person with you, I'd be like, DM, check for facial symmetry, and if, that's not there, call 911. And, people have asked, but no, I don't know if I'll ever bring Scheherazade back. I'm open to it. I do like her design. So we'll see. Herb Normal. You guys. Okay, this is the Abandon Your Wishes reprise, and yeah, you can see she turned out real nice. And this was meant to be a happier version of the original Abandon Your Wishes song, is what I meant. And it's also the first song made in Suno version 4, and the quality difference is incredible. And I really like how this fit together with the epilogue in the story. Najin, that's totally what I was thinking too. I was like, Nermal, and it was making me think of Nermal from Garfield. I wasn't sure if anybody knew what I was talking about though. Roll, roll, roll. This song really took off. And this was one of those ones where I was like, oh, you know, I might not be doing songs for a while, but then inspiration struck. The music video was a pain to put together because it required finding summoning animations from a bunch of different games. And the song itself actually secretly premiered as the ending credits in A Gotcha is Suffering before the full music video was released. Sorry. Gotcha players need Jesus. This by far was the biggest disappointment in terms of effort versus number of views. This was the Christmas special song and involved so many custom graphics and days of work in Flux and Photoshop. It's about the Vatican's official anime mascot, and yes, that's a real thing. Her name is, I think it's pronounced Luce, I assume, because that's how you'd pronounce it in Italian. And how she gets corrupted by gotcha lewdness. I'll link this in the chat if you didn't watch it, because the thumbnail didn't have Nikke and me. Trust me, it's worth the watch. Probably the funniest song I've made, but yeah, not a lot of watches. Which, like I said, was disappointing because this was a lot of work. A lot. Sorry, DM. That's a good point, Blacklight. Okay, upgrading. I don't really consider this Rapies Theme. It's more just a celebration of her finally getting an SSR version. And that's why it didn't break my rule. So yeah. Echoes of Hope. Sorry, I have a light on my face so that the 3D model will work better, but it's really bugging my eyes. I'm sensitive to light, so I keep like... You probably see me blinking a lot, and you're like, what the heck? This was my first story that I more or less planned out before starting to edit, unlike Abandoned Wishes, which was just written as I went and kind of like never intentionally. Excuse me. And the original idea was, what if there was a time travel focused Nikke named after H.G. Wells? And then everything kind of flowed from there. And originally Wells was going to be a more important character and have a bigger character arc. One of her first lines is talking about how she needs to get things perfect, so I was going to go into a whole thing about her having OCD and how studying time travel made her obsessed with using it to make the perfect future. And that would be okay, because I could write that well, because I do have OCD, so it wouldn't just be stereotyped and misinformed. But by the end, after seeing how upset, and then in her story by the end, once she saw how obsessing over past mistakes had turned future Marion into a monster, Wells was going to learn to accept her past mistakes. Or not to accept her mistakes. Sorry, just catching. And then I was hesitant to focus too much on an original character. I was afraid it would be like Poochie from The Simpsons scenario, where the audience would hate her, which kind of, I think my gut was right there. She doesn't seem to be anybody's favorite. Thank you, Ranstuin. I spent so much time on the tier list on making sure to write away any potential time travel plot holes so that there wasn't a lot of time left for Wells' character development. And I do like the big reveal in part 2, where future Chatterbox helps the pilgrims and is then suddenly unalived by future Marion. It's a hell of a cliffhanger. Oh, I'm glad. Wait, oh, sorry. Thank you, Alex Xavier. I'm glad you like Wells. Nobody else likes Wells, or they say who's Wells, so you know. And then the end with Cecil being revealed to be an unreliable narrator and future Marion hadn't been disintegrated, but Cecil and Sin had actually recovered her corpse was a really cool ending that I wanted to follow up on at some point later. Like setting up potential future story. Yeah, DM, I'm glad I'm hearing some people like Wells. I've generally gotten the idea that mostly people agree with DM, but I'm glad there's some of you out there. The ending was actually foreshadowed in the end of part 1, where Cecil tells Sin to grab a second optical camouflage cloak, because in the story I always had intended that to hide future Marion's body. Hey Consina, what's up? Oh, thank you, Ender Destructor. I appreciate you liking Wells' accent. I've tried really hard to do a good accent. I've like watched videos and I've listened and I've practiced. So I've tried really hard. I've tried hard on a lot of the voices, so I appreciate positive feedback. Constructive feedback's good too, as long as it's constructive. Continuing. Love Always Wins. So this is one of my favorite songs. And definitely, my favorite for any of the fan stories I've done. And I did really like, I don't know if you guys later saw, like, the video I made for it, the shattered glass motif, I thought was pretty cool. And it's meant to represent potential timelines or echoes, like in the Echoes of Hope. Keiki Chim, I would say probably, that's definitely not ruled out. I just had taken a break from that for a while, because had done a lot, and so, gonna probably, what is the word I'm looking for? I was gonna say scroll back to that at some point. That's not a phrase, but you know what I mean. Okay. Zoop. Roundtable Talk. So this was inspired by you guys. We were talking about what's some new ideas, and someone, or maybe a couple people, suggested a crown-themed talk show in the live stream chat, and that's where Roundtable Talk came from. I was like, Pam could put that in my good idea file. And it was meant originally to be something shorter and easier to make than tier lists, because, you know, it got to the point where a lot of the stuff I was making was just like a lot of work and a lot of time, and it was hard to keep up with it and being fully employed full-time, you know, and still, you know, eating and living. So this was kind of meant to be able to keep up with creating content but not have quite so much work. But ironically, making all the new assets for the first episode took longer than a tier list. But thankfully, I can reuse them in all the future episodes, so it's been way faster. Yes. And then, originally I wasn't going to include Tronies, since I felt like Kilo kind of filled that, like, a similar role. Same with not including Wells, because Chime plays the straight man, as it were, in the jokes. However, I felt the cast of 4 was too small, and it helps to have pairs in each location to play off of. Yeah, Blacklight, as far as being faster than a tier list, the voicing for this goes way faster. Though, to be fair, I think I'm also just better at getting voicing done than I used to be. Like, I can just... It used to take me a lot more effort, so I think that might be part of the fact, is that I'm just faster. But also the script is just a lot shorter. So it's a lot less editing for that piece, for sure. And then, definitive Nikke music tier list. This was the last tier list. Because, it had the most downvotes and just, like, a lot of critical comments. Not critical in, like, a nice way, a lot of them. To be fair, like, the thing is, the reason I put off making this one for so long is because music is so subjective. Yeah, Austin, people got pretty salty, because the problem is, for, like, literally every song, there was someone that was like, no, this should be S tier. And I'm like, okay, but there's no point in making a tier list if I'm going to put them all as S tier. But yeah. And then this included the Winter's Revenant fan story, and this was originally going to be another 3-part story like Echoes of Hope, but realistically after the reveal of Small White there wasn't enough content to end on that cliffhanger and make a part 2, so I just had the deep reveal be an after credit scene a la Marvel. Thank you, Ender Destructor, I appreciate that, because I was trying to go for like as objective as possible, and like I really specified that I'm comparing them all to each other, knowing that they're all good. Like, okay, reasonably, they're probably all S and A tier, but if I were really to nitpick. But yeah. And then for the whole story with this one, the Winter's Revenant story, I did really like doing the little song with Julia and Snow White, constantly forgetting Julia's name, and Julia having her 3 songs, but also, if you picked up on the hints throughout this story, it's implied Julia had actually been abducted by Deep shortly after arriving on the surface, and she's acting as an unwitting agent of Deep. Kind of like Neon. And this is also why Julia does a ton of foreshadowing about the Small White reveal. It's to indicate that even though Julia didn't consciously realize it, she's been in contact with Deep and seen major secrets. Yeah, Prodigal Son, I think you're right. It has a great soundtrack, so like, you gotta really nitpick, but then, of course, there's someone that was like, no, it was S tier, and I was like, guys. For the young ones, which I guess, you'd have to be Gen Z to not know. I mean, I still feel like most of you Gen Zers gotta know this. The Royal Hour is a parody of 60 Minutes. Anybody remember 60 Minutes? I never actually watched 60 Minutes. I just remember seeing the commercials, right? I was a little hesitant to make a second Crown-themed show, but she's just so easy and fun to write and voice. I couldn't help myself. And this, the 2-minute long commercial I made of Nikke and the Secret of the Nikke's Meta episode was not originally meant to be so long. Excuse me. It was just going to be, that one joke about the Titanic, but it just kept growing. That's what she said. And then the Doro episode. The funny thing is, in the Doro episode, the Doro song in the middle was made way before the Royal Hour even started. It was just a meme I made for Discord and eventually reused in this. DM, I don't understand your comment. There's Royal Hour and there's also Round Table Talk. They're 2 different ones. If that's what you meant. And then Gotcha Skins. On the opposite end, this song was never meant to exist. I started working on it after I'd finished the Gotcha Skin episode of the Royal Hour, but hadn't planned to make it so complicated. And the funny thing is, too, in like a recent live stream, I had said how not going to be any songs for a while, but then the muse struck again. And then the video generation and image to video tool, when 2.0 had just come out, and this was a way for me to test it and see if I could integrate it into future videos. Oh yeah, DM, 60 Minutes, not really I don't know if I would call it a talk show. It was like a very serious where they would, yeah, more like news, they would interview someone. But again, I didn't watch it, so to be fair, I'm gonna need someone else to fill that in. And then as far as integrating this into future videos, the answer was not really. The final product looked great. I was very happy with it, but it took a ton of failed attempts. So much time. And the render time for each attempt was insanely long. So this was like hours and hours. I'm happy with how it turned out, but it's not practical to use in every video or even most. And unless you guys are okay with 2 months between video releases, probably not gonna use it consistently, but I was happy with how this turned out. Yeah, Najin, that's a good description. It was kind of a documentary type like thing. And then again, I said I wasn't gonna do any songs for a while, but then I was Neon inspired. And this was the second ever song about an SR after the Ether one. And believe it or not, this song was actually inspired by a montage of those Studio Ghibli AI filter photos set to the song I've Seen Footage by Death Grips. Obviously, the final song didn't really end up sounding like that song, but the structure of the chorus is based on the lyric structure of the Death Grips song. And the original idea was for a very fast-paced video of Neon seeing footage. Thanks, Blacklight. I was really happy with how, like, the noir with the neon eyes, I thought that turned out looking really cool. All right. Okay. So, I'm proposing something new, starting in the new year. Give me feedback on yay or nay, but I am proposing, I came up with an idea, something that people have asked for before. Oh, hey, Zephyr, I didn't know you were here. And that is a new schedule for Tuesdays, which would be that... whoa, why am I turning? Tuesdays would now be Karaoke Tuesdays. So each week, you proposing... each week, and so instead of Star Trek Tuesdays, which I thoroughly enjoyed, but not a lot of other Trek fans, it seems like, by far the lowest viewership. So maybe a monthly Trek stream or something, but it wasn't as big. So, proposing a Tuesday karaoke stream. So, what that would mean is weekly, someone would choose a song, and then I would perform it on voice and piano. Not super fancy piano, just chords. And I have my piano, and I am working. So, before I had it all set up to go, and I was going to play for you guys today. And then when I brought my piano over to my computer today, it is not working. So I'm going to work on fixing that. So yes. In the future, singing and playing on the piano, Karaoke Tuesdays. I don't know if there'll be like a chat goal to like choose the song or something like that. But yes. What do you guys think? People had asked for karaoke streams before. And I would like to continue incorporating Star Trek somehow. We'll see. Maybe monthly Saturday streams or something. Well, Najin, it's not old Star Trek. It's 90s Star Trek. Not original series. Talking 90s Star Trek. Although technically Next Generation started in like 87. Bubbly and cloying. Doctor, good one. So, yes, Austin Bevers, you would be picking the songs. That was the idea. Dr. V, or is it Dr. 5? I've been trying to work on a, Ducat song. Still not finished, but started. Oh, can you pick export error songs? The only thing about that is then I would have to figure out the chords. So maybe in the future, as I become more confident, but I would have to find like a reliable way for me to figure out the chords for it. I guess theoretically I could do it without the piano music, but that might be kind of weird. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Zephyr. There's a lot of Next Generation Star Trek fans. There's a whole Star Trek con. Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. Hersher of Mommy Milkers, you can suggest any song. I'm gonna prefer a song that I am somewhat familiar with. But sorry, I got sleepy there. But yeah, I'm open to any song. Difficulty cap on the songs, not really Consina. The only thing is I will just be doing chords on the piano, so like I'm not gonna be doing like more complicated piano stuff because that's a little too much. I'm not ready for that. So I'll just, as long as I can find some chords. So yes. Zephyr, didn't you say you hate Star Trek? And then... Yeah, Najin, it totally is. It's anyone beyond Gen Z. They call everybody boomers. 80s metal concert. Yeah. I love 70s classic rock. So... That's fine, Skywalker Anakin. You can, it's fine to enjoy what you enjoy. Yes, out of context, we'll see about a poll. Probably start out with songs that I'm more comfortable with, and then as I get more confident, I'll open it up to more obscure requests. And yeah, God of Wolves, that would be super helpful. Because I have to... It's usually about $5 to buy sheet music. On a lot of the... where's the one I usually use? I can't think what it's called. Music... Is it Muse? Something? They're usually like $5. I tried to sign up for an account, but then they charged me a lot, so I was like, nope, never mind. Alright. Next... A rough cut. Oh, Blacklight, I love that one. Totally. Sarah Bareilles is like totally my range too. I'm a mezzo-soprano. Charlemagne, we will make a time for that. Let's see. Let's look at the Thursday. How about Thursday? Charlemagne, can you join on Thursday? And then, yes, so rough cut of a new Nikke video. And then the final will go live in early May. And, oh, thank you, Blacklight. So, I'm not gonna write you a love song, Doctor. That's so funny. All right, let's do this. Every Tuesday is Election Day here at Export HQ. It's where you, the viewers, vote on who will be the next Nikke to host Friday's live stream. A poll will be posted to the community tab on this YouTube channel with 4 options, and you get to pick. Let's meet the candidates for this season. We've got some new faces and returning champions. Please introduce yourself and tell the viewers why you should host next Friday's stream. Why, hello, my dear citizens of the kingdom. As one endowed with royal blood and regal beauty, I don't believe in this silly voting thing, but I suppose I must give my citizens what they desire. So please, erect me right now. Oh, I'm getting a message from Chime. Ah, I see. I meant elect. Yes, that's what I said. Now hold your horses. We don't need some straw-for-brains mushroom addict running this here stream. I told you, I can stop anytime I want. Also, 80% of the viewers don't even remember where the recurring mushroom joke comes from. As I was saying, what we need is someone who knows how to run a business. And ain't you just the luckiest son of a gun? Cause you've got Talentum's smartest, and might I say finest looking Nikke right here. Vote for me. Perhaps the finest of Talentum, but why settle for the best Nikke of one squad when you can have the greatest Nikke of all time? Yes, it is I, Lilywise, and I would be most delighted to once again host Friday's livestream. Anything to get away from my new job in that space station. They said it would help me get ahead in my career, but I believe I misunderstood the job offer. That does it for the returning options, so let's meet some of the new ones, starting with Siren. Shut up, Siren. Listen, I should host the next live stream. After all, I'm also a doctor. I'm the perfect fit to fill in for Export. Vote for Muscle Mommy. And besides, with how slow I talk, you might get a 2-hour live stream out of it. They will not be getting a 2-hour live stream out of it. Next! Well, I've got something that'll speed you right up, Grave. Here's a nice cup of sugar coffee. And if you vote for me, I can deliver more than that. Right, partner? Just imagine. You, me, and Black Typhoon. On a ride together, right? Oh, there will be some riding, all right. You already made that joke at least 2 other times in previous tier lists. Also, I'm pretty sure having a threesome with a motorcycle is a crime. Against God at the very least. And speaking of crimes, we have our final and most technically challenging option.
Oh, finally. Be a good errata and make sure to vote for me. 10 points if you do. And there's only a 40% chance Export will screw up her Streamlabs settings and make it so this sexy robot reverb voice mod filter doesn't work on stream.
And there you have it. Each week, 4 of our 6 contestants will be on the poll. The winner will be cycled out, and a new one will take their place the following week. It's the Impression Election. Join the Discord so you never miss a notification about a poll or stream. Now go and fulfill your patriotic duty. Cast your vote every Tuesday to choose who will host Friday's stream.
Click the link, make your choice to hear your favorite waifu's voice. Due to limits on YouTube, polls only fit 4 options to choose. But don't worry or shed a tear, they'll all eventually appear. Export's getting fitted for a cosplay. She'll see you 8 p.m. this Friday. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, so, sorry, my nose got all itchy. The final lineup is not set. I may swap out Grave, maybe. And the 2D avatar will return for Impression Election Fridays since I've already made them for the characters. Siren might be an option. I was doing her recently for a video. As I said, voices aren't final. Sin is using a voice filter over my voice to give it that robotic, I guess, you know, Darth Vader. Hopefully people, you know, don't get weird about it. And, who do you guys want for this week's impression? The poll shall be in the chat. Let there be poll. And to finish this celebration with friends, let us do some friend rolls. I already have every single Nikke. So what I'm looking for are dupes to MLB. I'm not entirely sure which I still need, so expect most reactions to be, is she MLB'd? Are you ready? Whoa, why am I looking? That was weird, okay. Gus needs Yan, is that what he likes? Alright. Continue. Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? Dog's growling at me. She's like, I'm bored. Alright. Otra vez, otra vez. Otra vez. Whoa. And I'm responding to the question about how many gems and tickets. Here you go. You can... Oh, is it blocked? It's 10,690 and 14. Gus is so smart out of context, knows how to give himself scritches. Danke. Yeah, gotta save. Gotta save. Oh, dang. Blacklight is ready to go. No! All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh my goodness, she's Oh! Are you growling because you're excited? Is that it? Yep, she's excited. All right. Nice. Yay. Oh my goodness. I guess she's mad that I've been streaming longer than usual. She does get mad when I'm in the office for longer than 10 minutes. I mean, not 10 minutes, longer than 9 p.m. Or did I say 10 minutes? Oh, narp. 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 All right, 5 more. Oh. Start barking more. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? Todavía no. Oh my goodness. All right. Julio. Thank you, out of context. Yep, that's the way I do it. We need a hero. Holding up for a hero to the end of the night. She's gotta be strong and she's gotta be fast. She's gotta be larger than life. Come on. ¿Quién es? Okay. Good. Oh, I just noticed she's got one of those hair clips that are like kind of popular now. 3 more. 2 more. Faltan 2. Falta 1. Una más. Come on, what? Oh, dang. It's okay. Still good luck. Still good luck. Overall, good. All right. So, as we finish up, I have a song I will sing you. I prepared it for piano today, and then the whole piano setup did not work. But I'll sing it to you a cappella. And going into this new year, it's going to be more of a focus on streaming this year, and less on some of the other videos, but that doesn't mean an end of Nikke videos. Just won't be every week. And, you know, also looking for try out some new things, like, you know, the crowning crew and stuff, and more new ideas like that. And, that will give me more time, because I was kind of getting stressed and overwhelmed with the Monday deadlines. Excuse me, gosh. It was just becoming a lot of work. So, but yeah, overall, Acacia, I agree. Overall, good streamer luck. All right, friends. This song is dedicated to the errata, called The Way I Am. If you are falling, then I would catch you. You need a light, I'll find a match, 'cause I love the way you say good morning, and you take me the way I am. If you are chilly, here, take my sweater. Your head is aching, I'll make it better, 'cause I love the way you call me baby, and you take me the way I am. I'll buy you Rogaine when you start losing all your hair, so on patches to all your tears, 'cause I love you more than I could ever promise, and you take me the way I am. You take me the way I am. You take me the way I am. Oh, I was so nervous I could barely do it at all. So, it'll sound better as I get more confident. I'm very, very, very nervous and self-conscious about singing. So, I'll keep working on the confidence. Like the confidence is the biggest issue for me. I get so nervous. My heart was just like racing. I was like, shit, I'm gonna pass out. But yes, that is dedicated to my errata. Thank you for taking me the way I am, as I take all of you the way you are. Commanders. All right. Good night, friends. And I shall see you tomorrow for class with Dr. Export. Plan is deep sea creatures. So good night. Aw, my drum. Thank you so much, Blue Cthulhu. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Blue Cthulhu, for gifting the memberships. And thank you so much, Sleepy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for spending this year with me. And happy anniversary to you all. Night.